Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Victoria and this is Time and Tenderness. Well guys, I have a very new type of video for you guys today. As most of you know, I am expecting. Here is a bump check for you all. So we are expecting a little boy this fall, and I am starting to get into that nesting phase, and we are slowly starting to gather things that we need for the baby. Now, one of the things that all babies need is diapers, and early on, well before we found out we were pregnant, I'm talking like early on in our marriage, when we were talking about how we wanted to raise children and decisions that we wanted to do, we decided that we would like to cloth diaper. Now, I know cloth diapering is not conventional. It's a little bit taboo. A lot of people have some misconceptions about it. And sometimes even people within the cloth diapering community can kind of give cloth diapering a bad name, but I don't want to be like that at all. I want to explain a little bit about cloth diapers, and then I want to show you guys a tutorial on how to make certain cloth diaper parts for yourself to save money. So let's jump right into it. All right, so there are some common questions that people ask us when we tell them that we are cloth diapering. First of all, why? Why cloth diaper? Well, for us, it is, many people have their own reasons for cloth diapering. A lot of them, it has to do with they like the look of it or they like the challenge of it. There are some environmental benefits to cloth diapering, but for us, it's an economical benefit. So here are some of our cloth diapers. This is about 6 of them. Of my stash that is slowly growing. I buy mostly from Nora's Nursery, this brand right here, if it'll focus for me. There we go. So this brand, Nora's Nursery, they have lovely colors. A lot of people who like to cloth diaper, they like the different prints on their diapers. They like the diapers to look cute. I just like solid colors. I'm a very simple person. So for us, it is an economic reason as to why we want to cloth diaper. I believe last time I checked, on average, a family can spend upwards of $2,000 a year on diapers, on disposable diapers. And that's from newborn to potty training. So that can be more or less depending on when your child gets potty trained. For us, we sat down and wrote it all out, priced it all out, and we estimated that for us from about newborn, about 3 or 4 months, because we actually do plan on using some disposable diapers when he is really tiny, because these might be a little too big for him. So for the first couple of weeks, maybe just 1 box of newborn diapers, but we estimated that we will spend about $300 to $400 in total from newborn to potty training. So that will take us from newborn to potty training at a fraction of a cost. And when we have other children as well, we can use these same diapers over again and not have to buy more diapers. Another question we get asked quite frequently is, isn't it gross? Isn't it a lot of work? Yeah, there's a little bit of a gross factor to it, but with parenthood, parenthood, they kind of go hand in hand. There's gonna be a lot of gross moments in parenthood anyway. And as far as a lot of work goes into it, it's no more work than I'm willing to put in. So a lot of people, when they think of cloth diapers, they think of the really old-fashioned cloth diapers with the pins and needles and plastic pants, and you have to boil them and bleach them outside, all this stuff. You don't have to do that anymore with these new modern cloth diapers. So they come in different parts. I'll show you. So they come with an insert, and then this is the actual diaper part. So we are using a pocket style diaper. This insert will go inside the pocket, and any large soiled messes will sit here, and then any moisture is wicked up into the insert. So when you have a soiled diaper, you take it to your toilet, pop it into the toilet, or you can get a toilet sprayer attacher, which we plan on getting, and you just spray it into the toilet and then you pop these in the laundry in your washing machine. So then that asks the question, ew, is there poop in your washing machine? No, because you rinse these first and then you put them in your washing machine on a rinse cycle, and then you add detergent to once it does a full rinse cycle, when that's done, you'll do a wash cycle. And with the wash cycle, you just add detergent, some free and clear detergent. The most popular detergent to use is Tide, because Tide actually has enzymes in it that help break down human waste. So that is great to know. So you wash them with that, and then you do another rinse cycle to make sure there's no detergent in your diapers so that doesn't irritate your baby's skin. So it just goes right in your washing machine. No boiling, no stripping, no putting them out in the sun, no wringing them, none of that like it used to be back in the olden days. It just goes right into your washing machine. Now it is true, you kind of have to know what type of water you have. So we have well water. I'm estimating it's going to be a little bit on the harder side. So once you know what type of water you have, that kind of determines how much detergent you use. And once you know that, you're smooth sailing. A lot of people feel overwhelmed with the washing part, because when you do research on cloth diapering in some Facebook groups, now I think we all know by now that Facebook groups kind of can be a toxic environment no matter what. I was in a gardening Facebook group one time and there was a huge fight amongst all the members over tomato hornworms. It was ridiculous. So Facebook groups can often be a toxic environment, and because of that, people will go and try and learn cloth diapering techniques on Facebook, and some people just feel very strongly about their wash routines. Other people, they don't feel as strongly about their wash routines, so when people are trying to learn, they get a little bit confused. But based on what I have learned, what I have been looking at and researching myself and talking to people who actually cloth diaper, it is a very, very easy process and you don't have to worry too much. So that's just my little intro into cloth diapering. The baby isn't here yet, he's still in my belly, so when he comes and when we actually get these cute little diapers on his bum, and we actually start using them, I will be able to give you guys more content and more feedback and more tutorials on how to do things in case cloth diapering is something that you too are interested in. But let's go ahead and hop into the main meat of today's video, and that is how to make your own cloth diaper inserts. Now, some cloth diapering companies, they will send you an insert whenever you purchase a diaper from them. But other cloth diapering companies, they will only send you the outer shell, and then it is up to you to purchase an insert or find an insert yourself. For us, we found it more economical to find companies that sell multi-packs for one price that already come with inserts. Now, these inserts are highly absorbent, but sometimes you might need extra inserts depending on how much your child goes to the bathroom. So that would be when you want to buy extra inserts. Now, that can be a little expensive, a little pricey, so I looked into how to make my own inserts. So for just under $40, I was able to make my own cloth diaper inserts, which will be just as absorbent as the professionally made ones, if not even more absorbent, because these have some plasticky material in them, so, and we know plastic isn't absorbent. It has polyester in it. It's a polyester blend, which isn't always the best for absorbency. But these ones that I made, I used an organic cotton microfleece on the outside, and in the middle, I used organic hemp. Now, organic hemp fiber is extremely absorbent. So when you combine these two together, the water will penetrate into the microfleece and then get absorbed into the hemp, while the microfleece stays a little bit on the drier side, so your baby doesn't really feel entirely too wet. I will leave links to where I bought this fabric in the description down below. I ordered them from a company called Nature's Fabrics. Now, I live here in Maryland, and Nature's Fabrics is, I believe, located out of Pennsylvania, so shipping was really fast for me. And I think they kind of caught on to what I was making by the combination of fabrics that I bought, being the organic hemp fabric as well as the organic cotton microfleece, because they sent over some other samples as well for me to test and try if I wanted to make other types of cloth diaper inserts. So they sent over more bamboo hemp fleece blend. They sent over another type of bamboo fleece, a bamboo velour, a bamboo stretch, so this is really stretchy, and another bamboo stretch in a French style. And one of these she even labeled, let me see. Oh, great for soakers. So this one they labeled for me, and that indicates that they knew kind of what I was trying to make, that this is really good in absorbency. So they sent over some wonderful samples. I am really appreciative. But let's go into how to actually make these. So what I did first, what you have to do first when you get your fabric is wash your fabric. Just wash it normally like you would wash any other type of laundry, and dry it in your dryer on a high heat setting. What this does is it will shrink your fabric, because you don't want to sew together unshrunken fabric and then once they're all together you put them in the washing machine and then they shrink at different rates, and then they're pulling at the seams and you're not getting a nice flat surface anymore. So that is the first thing that you want to do, is wash your fabric as soon as you get it in the mail. The next thing I did was I laid the fabric all out on my dining room table here, and I took a already made insert from Nora's Nursery that came with the diapers that I already purchased, and I just started lining them up and cutting out squares. So this is a cut up square that I did of the hemp fabric. So you can see here. So this is the hemp fabric that I cut out in these squares, and they're a little bit bigger than the actual insert. So that's what you want. You want them to be a little bit bigger because it'll help with sewing. I'll show you that in my sewing video. You also want to do the exact same thing with your micro fleece as well. Just cut out these squares. That was the easiest part, I have to say, is cutting out all of these squares. Now, the next step was to pin the layers of fabric together. So you want the hemp layer in the middle, because hemp can, over time, can get kind of itchy and scratchy, and you don't want that on your baby's skin. So you put that in the middle, and then on top and on bottom, you put the fleece. And you want to pin those together so that they're nice and even. And if you need to make any adjustments, trim any excess fabric so that they're as even as possible, you can do that at that time once you have already pinned them together. Taking your pinned rectangles now, you're going to go over to your sewing machine, and using a simple straight stitch on your sewing machine, you're going to sew them all together around the edges. Now be sure that you're working at a good pace, that you're not missing any of the layers of fabric. You want this first stitch to be what holds your layers of fabric together. Now what I did at the end, now I'm going to show you two comparisons. I was kind of playing with my sewing machine in different stitches to finish off the edges. So after I did the straight stitch, I went and tried to do like a finished edge with some zigzag stitches. So I will show you the setting on my sewing machine that I did right here. So the first setting that I did kind of like a zigzag. I don't know which one to call it, but it was rather tight, and I get this wavy edge now. This was the first one I did, and I didn't like that too much, so I played with some of the settings, and I found a zigzag stitch that was a little bit wider. I don't know if you can see that up there. It was a little bit wider, and now it lays perfectly flat. If only my camera would focus. Now it lays perfectly flat. And I was able to get it nice and close to the edge, and it looks like more of a finished edge compared to this wavy mess that I had. I'm still going to use these even though the edges are a little bit wavy, but this finished product is what I was going for. So I think I have some footage I'll include for you guys so that you guys can see exactly what I did up close, and I will pop in here and there to explain everything to you.
The first thing you do is a straight stitch down all four sides. Be sure to go forward and backward to lock in your stitch. After binding all three layers of fabric together, you're going to go over that straight stitch with a zigzag stitch to finish off the edges and to give a professional, finished, and secure look. Don't forget to go forward and backward to lock in your stitches, whether it's zigzag or straight. After you've completed all the stitching and making sure everything is bound together, you can then trim off any excess fabric. When trimming, be sure to get close to the stitches, but do not cut your stitches. And you have a cloth diaper insert.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me any questions or comments down in the comment section down below. Find me on Instagram, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye!